You're alive. I'm live on the air. The world can see me. I'm doing Dos Equis Lager Especial. And I'm going to get the beer. And this is really a test of the not emergency broadcast system. Okay, now I'm like you. I thought that this was the original Dos Equis. Okay, I'm like, oh yeah, no skunk in this beer. I thought this was the original. Come to find out, it's not the original. The original is the Ambar. And you know what the Ambar was called until 1983? It was called Dos Equis because there was no other one. Or Amber. You can see some ads where they call it Amber, you know, the English spelling of it. Then later they wanted to be all, you know, Spanish. Makes sense. So they say, oh no, it's Ambar. All right. Oh yeah. Hey, this camera's all right. What are y'all talking about? Some people complain, need a better camera. 720. Okay. I know it ain't 4D. It's a beer hangout. It's not Dark Phoenix. I heard that's failing. Sad because it's probably like the best comic book story arc ever. But, you know, these companies are good at botching stuff. All right. Well, this beer is sort of bland, I have to admit. But I always thought Dos Equis was bland. I never thought Dos Equis was anything but bland. But it's a good kind of bland, if you know what I mean. Like, it's kind of nice bland. It's all right. It's all right. You know what I mean? Kind of papery. I don't know. The commercials give it a good, back in its heyday of the world's most interesting man, those classic television commercials, that kind of like built a cachet around it. But the beer itself, I don't see how somebody could say, I love Budweiser. Oh, I love Dos Equis, but I hate Budweiser. Really? Because I don't even think Budweiser is probably as good as Dos Equis, if you want to be technical. I mean, I don't think Dos Equis is as good as, I'm really losing it, man. I don't think Dos Equis is as good as Budweiser. It ain't as good. It isn't. Now, is the Bohemia better than Budweiser? Well, I mean, yeah. It's way more expensive. It better be. This beer's fine. This is the third beer of the day because I drank this Agua Fresca this morning. Video to be posted in a week, I guess. From Golden Road Brewing. And somebody was saying on a video review, it's not a beer. It's a water flavor. But it's not a water. It's mimicking water. Beer is mostly water. But the Agua Fresca is beer. It says on the side of the label, beer with natural flavors and what does it say? Carbonation or something. I don't know. No color added. So it's clear. It's got no color. It's clear. Hey, you know what? They add color to a lot of beers, and that's why they have a color. I mean, beer has a color, but sometimes they're a little more colorful than they probably should be. Do beer labels have to disclose if the color's added? I don't think so. Rum does not. Blended Scotch whiskey does not. Blended Canadian whiskey does not. Blended American whiskey does not. They do not have to disclose coloring being added. I don't think beer does. They can. Don't have to. Is food coloring going to make you die like these internet, you know, activists say? No, it isn't going to make you die. Is it harmful? No, it isn't harmful. Is it sort of like cheating? Yes, it's cheating because you're making something look dark and it really isn't, but that's all right. You say, no, it's not cheating because the final product is the color it's supposed to be. Oh, yeah, okay, that's true. But still, it wouldn't be that dark if you didn't add the coloring. Some of these beers you think, Shiner Bock, you say it's brown, but it tastes like a yellow fizzy beer. Why is it brown? Why is Yingling traditional lager brown when it tastes like regular old beer? I wonder why, huh? Why do you think that is? Think maybe they could possibly, you say, don't say it. Don't say it. I didn't say it. I said, do you think they could possibly, you know what? Okay, looks like the stream is working. It does allow top chat and chat. So like, yeah, I might try this with some of those liquor hangouts and see how it works. Yeah. I could always restage them if it fails, you know what I mean? Like redo them, so that wouldn't be a big issue. I'll have to look at this a little more carefully. Well, I'm sorry they got rid of Google Plus and they're getting rid of Google Hangouts because I thought it was a good platform. It couldn't compete with stinking you know what book of faces. And neither can MySpace. I never got on MySpace. My daughter said, "Oh man, you know, when she was in junior high, everybody was on MySpace. That was the thing, baby." Then it just died, like collapsed, like Blockbuster. And then everybody was on Facebook, and now everybody's on Twitter, and I ain't gonna get on Twitter. And everybody's on Instagram, and I have an Instagram account, and I have followers, and I have never posted anything on it ever. I don't even look at it. I'm just not interested in people's random photos. And although on Facebook it seems to work better because it's like kind of related to their life or something. I don't know. It's just better. And then they have minds.com, which somebody got me to join, and you can post all this controversial stuff, and they say they're not going to ban it. You can make all kind of like politically incorrect stuff, which I'm not interested in doing too much. Then there's MeWe, like a Facebook mimic where you can say anything and they won't block it or ban it. And a bunch of people wanted me to join that. I'm already a member of it, and I was posting stuff. And then all of a sudden it was saying, "Oh, enter your password." I said, "Well, I got the password on there," and it wouldn't take it. I said, "This thing is probably failing already. This platform is probably like going out of business." And then somebody was telling me, "Come join. We're going to all join it," because he keeps getting banned on Facebook. You know, he posts controversial stuff. I said, "Well, I told him I tried to join that thing and it wouldn't accept my password, and I never had that problem on Facebook." People say, "Well, they want to block everything. They want to." I'm trying to train these people. You have to be careful. You know, you can speak in code, right? I mean, if you learn how to use coded speech, people will get their drift. They'll get your drift. They'll get the gist of what you're trying to say. You know, you can be as mild as a lamb, but you have to be clever as a serpent. You know what I'm saying? Or what does the Bible say? Clever as a serpent and mild as a lamb. Isn't that what it says? So you have to have some kind of caginess this day and age. And you say, "Well, will we ever be able to speak freely?" Yes, maybe that day will come. Then we won't have to couch our words in clever coded speech. But like I tell these people that I know, this is not the time. There may be the time we might live to see that day, but this is not the day. That day may arrive. And I could talk to them off air secretly, if that's possible. But you could never train people because some people are blockheaded. they wouldn't realize or something. But all right. So, well, thanks for watching this video production. John and Neely says, good afternoon, Ron. Good afternoon, John and Neely. Yeah, I was talking to David Garlapede earlier. He was saying, it's going to be getting hot. I'm thinking, going to be getting hot. He was talking about somebody coming to visit. I said, and I'm thinking to myself, why would that have to do with anything? Because it's always hot as you know what, from around May 15th to October. So, I mean, it's just going to be hot. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. It's going to be miserable. We're going to be sweating. I mean, whether you visit, it's just going to be hot. If a person visits New Orleans, it's going to be hot. We know that it's just a bad, miserable time, I don't mind it. It's bad, miserable relative to, I mean, you can come in January and it'll be cold, All right, he said, what am I reading right here? It's the big one. I'm having a heart attack. I bought a bottle of Inver House today. Woo! Oh, whoa, wee, oh, whoa. Okay, let me get off this check. This check. He said, yeah, it's the upper 80s in Georgia today. It's always hot in the South. See, now it says nobody's watching right now, but you're making comments, so you're obviously watching. I'm pointing right there at that screen. So how are you? See, this thing is not that accurate. It's saying nobody's watching. Well, you're here, ain't you? $9.99 for 1 liter bottle. Oh, what? Stinking John and Neely. You stinking John and Neely. Always getting stinking stuff, stinking cheaper than stinking me. Hey, you know what, chump? Hey, you know what? I paid $11.99 for that stinking liter bottle, and you paid $9.99. Well, I don't know about you, but I went to college and I took math, and I know $11.99 is $2 more than $9.99. So somebody got ripped off around here, and I think it was me. Somebody got ripped off, and I think it was me. All right. Well, that's bad news. Good news. He gives me good news. He got Inver House. Good news. Turns right around, gives me bad news. He got it for $2 cheaper than me. Oh, wow. But I did get a bunch of stuff for $6.99 a liter, so I guess that's I did buy a whole bunch of stuff for cheap. You know what I mean? All right, enough. I gotta get off of this. I'm gonna go talk to him privately. Thanks for watching this obscure channel. Are you sure you want to end your stream? Yes.